Hello, welcome. Thank you for watching. So, today I want to explore the archetype of the holy whore. And I just had an incredible free workshop that I offered this Saturday called She's Dripping Red, which was fabulous, inviting women into the exploration and the embodiment of the erotic feminine. And I offered it because this archetype is coming forward really strongly right now. And I think she's often misunderstood and sometimes narrowed into a role that she actually really expands beyond. So the holistic view of this spiritual character that we dove into, and She's Dripping Red, I call the holy whore. So who is the holy whore? Well, she is both holy and she is the whore. And can you think of a worse name? There's a couple names, but can you think of a worse word to call a woman than whore? So, first and foremost, as we're talking about the polarity of purity, of goodness, of integrity, of spirituality, with the polarity of humanness, of shame, even. And yes, all of those things that we have been taught are shameful: our rage, our sexuality, our sensuality, our power, even. Within the feminine, we have these two strong polarities. And in the course that I teach, Holy Whore, I talk about them in terms of the virgin and the whore. And we all have both, regardless of how you identify. Archetypes are something that everyone can relate to. Virgin and whore happen to be two of the feminine archetypes. We can also talk about them in terms of static and dynamic feminine, where the virgin usually embodies the static expression of the feminine, the stillness, the softness, wholeness, mother energy, and the whore embodies the dynamic, the wildness, the perceived chaos, the sexuality, the dance. So holy whore is symbolic of the union between them, which is representative of what is true, which is our own wholeness. We are whole and one with all that is. And so are we always holy and human. And it is when we reclaim our wholeness that we truly step into our holiness. This is the work of the holy whore, integrating those polarities. So when I'm talking about the holy whore, what I'm talking about is the integrated feminine energies, static and dynamic, virgin and whore. And this happens in a couple ways. Firstly is by embodying them, by going deeply into each aspect, each archetype. And when we increase our access, they're no longer something that is reactionary, held in shadow. We actually begin to learn what their flavor is, what their signature is, and how we can play and embody those aspects of ourself. It is the embodiment and the exploration and the permission and the full extension of what each of these aspects, these archetypes bring to us that then enable them to come into balance. This work of working with the holy whore is firstly deeply balancing by stretching yourself into the expression of virgin, into the expression of whore. And each of us usually has one that feels a little uncomfortable, or at least aspects of sometimes both that we're not quite comfortable embodying. So stretching us into those areas allows us to find a sense of balance and actually find our true center of where we truly want to orient, and gives us permission as to how we want to be and move throughout the world. Another piece of this work is healing, is actually going into the shadow and looking at where our wounds still lie open and festering, and facing them with courage and responsibility so that they can be healed. And once again, that is a process of moving into wholeness. And the next piece, which is empowerment. When we heal and are responsible to our wounding, we then have access to the power that bleeds out in those wounds, or bleeds out when we suction something off, like our shame, keeping it into the shadow. So shadow work and The work of becoming whole is where our power comes from, because once we integrate those pieces and parts of ourselves, we then have access to all of the energy that has been stored in those expressions. We also do the work of reclaiming boundaries. The whore archetype, well, both the virgin and the whore actually have really strong and clear boundaries, right? The virgin is, metaphorically speaking, or literally speaking, a virgin. In ancient tongue, it was she is one in herself. She's one in herself. She is sovereign. She is whole. And so, what does it mean for you to be one in yourself? That means having boundaries. That also means being self-reliant. It means feeling whole and one as yourself and by yourself. That doesn't mean that you don't then integrate with a partner or engage with a partner, but knowing that you are whole unto yourself. And the whore is also a ferocious protector of boundaries. She usually holds the power in the sense of anger. So accessing the whore archetype actually allows us to integrate our power from a place of healthy anger. Anger is the protector of boundaries. So especially women frequently have trouble accessing anger, and that's something that we really want to be able to have access to and reclaim and hold it in such a way that it is responsible. So it's not coming out in passive aggression or hysterics or losing our temper, that it can actually do its function, which is to be protector of our boundaries. And the last piece is reclaiming pleasure. Oh, and reclaiming pleasure that is not pleasure, again, that is simply or only sexually related. Life is an ecstatic experience. And the more that we begin to become aware of our sensuality, all of life opens up to us. And this deepens and expands our experience of the physical sexual act. But it can also make any experience that you have ecstatic, filled with ecstasy, filled with life, filled with awareness. So working with the holy whore absolutely invites you into a deeply sensual state, which is so filled with yum, 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 yum. So I am teaching this course called The Holy Whore. It is a 12-week deep dive. It is for courageous women. It is for women who are ready to embrace their polarity, discover their polarity, ready to heal the unhealed wounds, ready to reclaim or claim their power, their sovereignty, and absolutely their pleasure. It is gorgeous. It is juicy. It is filled with life, filled with vitality. So you can find the information for that course if this lights up something to you. If you're like, oh my God, the holy whore, I need some of that. Check it out. The link is in my bio or my comments. I'm probably posting this video on both Facebook and Instagram. Hello to you both. And yeah, reach out to me and let me know what you think. Let me know what sparks. I would love to chat with you about it. It starts in 2 weeks. It starts May 11th. And real quick, there is an early bird discount for anyone who is getting a fuck yes for this and wants to sign up. That expires at the end of the week. So get yourself on it. I also offer a 3-month payment plan and a 6-month payment plan. I'm trying to make it as accessible as I can to as many people as I can. Yeah, cool. Is there anything else? Anything else? Ooh, yeah, final thing. So I am beginning a pleasure challenge starting today. And I think I'm going to do another video talking about it, so stay tuned. Pleasure challenge. And very simply, the challenge is to do one thing a day that is dedicated just to your pleasure, and to do it and to note it and to be in intention with it. Your life is pleasure. Life is an ecstatic experience. And so it is so, so important that we create spaces so that we can soften into the receiving of life as an ecstatic experience. So I am going to document my pleasure journey and I invite you to join me in it. Once a day, I'll post either a photo or a video of whatever my pleasure practice has been. So, yes, I'm excited for it and I hope you join me. I think we might get a lot of pleasure at it together. Awesome. That is all I want to say. Pleasure practice and check out Holy Whore. It is an absolutely amazing program. People have had incredible transformational experiences on the course, and I am so excited for the next deep dive into these really powerful, incredible expressions of the sacred feminine. All right. Good night. Bye bye.